Hello all. Now let's solve the next string problem. Given two strings, write a method to decide if one is a permutation of the other. So what does that mean? Like if suppose my string one is suppose just a random string I'm taking, and if suppose the string two is then in this case these two, this is the second string is a permutation of the other. If suppose if I say instead, if I take this, this is not a permutation of this is not, and this is the one. So this is what we will have to see. How do we have to do? We will have to basically compare each one of them. We will have to store it in a means. So I'm using dictionary to store the key value pair, and also before that we will have to check for a condition if the given string s1 and the other string, if they have the same length. So first, that is the thing that we will have to see. If they are having the same length, that is when we will have to proceed. If there is length mismatch also, we cannot do a permutation on each of them. So this is how I'm trying to solve this problem. I will have a class. I'll just write the method that we will have to call, that will be calling from the main function. I'll be calling the method passing those string 1 and string 2 as shown in the example. I'll say string s1 and then string s2 that I have passed from the other. Now if suppose if s1 equals to null, base case will be, or s2 equals to null, then we will have to return, as this is a bool method, I'll return false. Else if, as I said, s1 dot length is not equal to s2 dot length, then also I will return false. So these are my base cases. After this I will after this is handled, I will take a dictionary with a character and an integer. I will say char count, and I'll say new dictionary of char comma int. Now I will loop through. One loop I'll define it for the first string to store all the values. The second for loop I will use it for the second string to compare with the first one if that hash map, the dictionary already contains that particular characters, it will compare, wherein I'll split each one with a character array. For int I equals to 0, I is less than s1 dot length I plus plus. Suppose I will just split this into character, that is str of I, or I would say s1 of I. Sorry, this is string 1, so s1 of I, and then I will initiate count initially to 1. Now if of that particular char count or our dictionary contains that key, we have called contains key method, so contains of that particular character, this particular, then what we do, if it contains, then we will just set that count as char count of C, whatever we have. Then we will increment that counter, count plus k. So else what I'll be doing, char count dot add, I'll add newly, I'll put the value into this, and then I'll close this for loop. I will define another for loop. As this is closed, I can declare I, same variable here, I is less than s2 dot length I plus plus. Now again char C equals to S2 of I. Then if of not char count dot contains key of C, then return false. Now int count equals to same char count of C. Now if of count equals to 1, then if it finds the matching character, so if the count that will return determined by the count, so char count we will have here, so if that is equal to 1, if it finds, then it starts removing. So char count dot remove of C, else char count dot add of C minus count. So this will be what written true finally. If not, just by default return true. So here what it does, based on this for loop, for the first time if I took this matching strings, it will add all of them, because it is the first time it will have counter 0 or nothing will be stored in the dictionary in this char count variable. So it will start adding everything. Every time this will not reach this condition, it will come here and it keeps on adding it to this, and then here we will check whether it contains that or not. If it does not contain, then we will immediately return false. So there is a mismatch. If suppose it contains, then we will see if it is count, then we will start removing, and then we will see at some certain point it will become 0, and that's when we will return back, and that we will return true. Else we will have to decrement it and then come out. So this is how I am solving this problem. Thank you.